Hello everyone, welcome to News in Brief on Vantage TV, where you get the quick updates on the stories that made the rounds within the week. My name is Anita Macaulay. Let's get started. On the national news, Buhari joins global leaders at Commonwealth meeting in Kigali. President Muhammadu Buhari departed Abuja on Wednesday for Kigali, Rwanda, to attend the 26th Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting being held from June 20th to 26th, 2022. Under this year's theme of delivering a common future to all, discussions are said to be focused on the progress and prosperity of the more than 2 billion people living in the 54 independent countries that make up the Commonwealth. At the meeting, heads of government are expected to reaffirm their commitment to upholding the Commonwealth Charter, which focuses on democracy, human rights, the rule of law, as well as economic opportunities and sustainable development. INEC agrees to extend voter registration. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, may deploy additional machines and ad hoc staff following a request by the House of Representatives to extend deadlines for voter registration, which was earlier scheduled to end on June 30th. The House of Reps had on June 15th, following a motion by Representative Benjamin Kalu of APC Abia, urged INEC to extend the voter registration by 60 days. INEC also reverted in an official statement that the registration days would now include weekends, with additional hands to be deployed to ensure a smooth exercise. Yay! Fuel queues return to Lagos. Long queues have yet again resurfaced in most cities across the country, despite the position of some oil marketers that the current pump price for petrol in Nigeria is unsustainable at 165 naira. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority on Tuesday, however, maintained that the pump price for premium motor spirit (PMS) remains at 165 naira per litre against all unofficial price hikes. The House of Representatives subsequently summoned stakeholders in the Nigerian downstream oil and gas sector to appear before it on Wednesday over the resurgence of petrol scarcity and the queues in some parts of the country, as well as the soaring prices of diesel and liquefied petroleum gas. Earlier on Tuesday, though, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) assured Nigerians that there was enough PMS stock to meet the nation's demands. Buhari defends Emefiele's economic policies. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday defended the very recent policies being implemented by Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), Mr. Godwin Emefiele, saying that rather than follow textbook solutions developed in the more advanced climes, which may not be suitable for Nigeria, he commended the Apex Bank head for resorting to unorthodox measures in trying to resolve the country's economic challenges by implementing policies which provide loans to farmers and restrict access to foreign exchange for importers, amongst others. The president maintained that every country should have the right to choose its economic model and policies, insisting that food price inflation in the country could have been worse if Emefiele had not initiated organized programs to boost domestic productions. On to international news, UK rail strike further bites into economy. It's no news that the United Kingdom developed a jobs problem post-Brexit. This problem escalated on Tuesday as thousands of rail workers went on strike over demands for better pay and working conditions. This is the biggest walkout on the railways in 30 years, even as a separate strike by workers on London Underground had earlier halted tube services. This month's rail strikes alone have been estimated to cost the UK's tourism, leisure and theatre industries more than £1 billion. A summer of strikes would deal a hefty blow to Britain's inflation-ravished economy, which already has a record number of 1.3 million vacancies as of the last official count. Jury finds Cosby guilty of assaulting 16-year-old at Playboy Mansion. A jury has found comedian Bill Cosby guilty of sexually assaulting a teenager at the Playboy Mansion in Los Angeles in 1975. Judy Huth testified to the civil trial that Cosby, aged 84, had forced her to perform a sex act on him at the venue when she was 16 years old. The jury has therefore ruled that Cosby must pay Ms. Huth, who is now 64 years old, a sum of $500,000 in damages. Russia threatens retaliation against Lithuania. Moscow has threatened to retaliate against Lithuania after the Baltic state halted the rail transport of Russian goods under EU sanctions. Russia's foreign ministry summoned Lithuania's charge d'affaires in Moscow on Monday to demand an immediate cancellation of the restrictions or face actions to defend Russia's national interests, according to a statement. The restrictions affected iron and steel, luxury goods, and some other goods banned in earlier sanctioned packages. Alright guys, that's it on the national and international news on Vantage TV's News in Brief. Coming up shortly is entertainment news. Stay tuned.
Hi guys, I'm Laifa and you're welcome to Entertainment on the News in Brief, where I bring you the juiciest stories that made the rounds this week. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. Amazon Prime Video strikes production deal with Nigeria's Nemesia Films. Thanks to a successful portfolio of world-class material including series Before 30 and hit flick God Calling, BB Shashore's Nemesia Films has officially snagged a slate contract with international media giant Amazon Prime Video for 3 commissioned feature films. Nemesia's management has revealed that the first film under this agreement is a soon-to-be-released inspirational titled Breath of Life, written and directed by BB Shashore and produced by Eku Edewo. Team God Calling, hoping this will be even better. Fingers crossed. Young, Famous and African lands international award nomination. Young, Famous and African, Netflix's first African reality series which dramatically showcases Africa and Africans in glorious light, has received its very first international award nomination. This nod comes from the prestigious British reality show award called the National Reality Television Awards. Showrunner and co-executive producer Pete Hyde confirmed the nomination on social media, stating that the show was nominated for Best International Show Award. Africans telling Africa's story is always a great idea. Thumbs up. Still on reality TV shows, Real Housewives of Lagos headed for a reunion show. Get in, Real Housewives of Lagos fans. Did you feel that the show kinda left you hanging? No worries. The Housewives will be back in all their gorgeous glory for a reunion real soon. For 12 weeks, the dramatic friendship of the 6 housewives have kept fans glued to their screens, and it's safe to say that their blend of personalities have simply been explosive. According to co-executive producer Dare Art Alade, episodes of the reunion will premiere on Showmax 2 weeks after the end of season 1 on Friday, June 17th. Reunion drama in a bit. Queen Bee makes a comeback. Yes, Beyoncé dropped a new single on Monday titled Break My Soul, a dance track with a home music vibe. The song, which marked the superstar's long-awaited return, hit the world by storm, sitting pretty as #1 on the worldwide iTunes chart and scooping nearly 5 million views on YouTube in the space of 3 days. Break My Soul is the first single from her upcoming Renaissance album, which will be released on the 29th of July. But of course, the ongoing conversation global music lovers are having is, will the Queen own the spotlight and run the game as always with the rise of the new Gen Z artists? Anyhow, the Queen is back for her crown, and best believe I'm here for all of it. And here's the cutest thing we saw this week. As much as I hate to go, guys, I have to go. But stay tight, relax, as sports comes right up.
Welcome to Sports on the News in Brief. I am Emilio Menesubstance, and these are the top stories. And we start off with golf. American Brooks Koepka is set to quit the PGA Tour and join the Saudi-backed LIV Golf Series. The 32-year-old four-time major winner is expected to play in the second 54-hole, 48-man tournament, which runs from 30 June to 2 July in Portland, Oregon. He will join compatriots Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, and Bryson DeChambeau in the controversial $250 million, that's £200 million series. The former world #1 claimed the US Open in 2017 and 2018, and is also a two-time US PGA Championship winner, taking victory in 2018 and 2019. However, Koepka has been hampered by injuries in recent years and is currently ranked 19th in the world. And now rugby. Transgender players have been banned from women's internationals while Rugby League's governing body does further research on its inclusion policy. International Rugby League (IRL) said it wanted to balance the individual's right to participate against perceived risk to other participants. The move comes as a number of sports are considering transgender inclusion. Transgender swimmers were on Sunday banned from women's elite races if they have gone through male puberty. World Athletics President Lord Coe hinted that the sport could follow swimming's example, saying it is set to discuss adopting a new eligibility policy and that fairness is non-negotiable. The IRL said it had considered relevant developments in world sport in coming to its decision to ban male-to-female trans women players until it had completed research on its final inclusion policy. The ban will also apply to the World Cup in England in October. And now, football. Former Cameroon forward Samuel Eto'o has pleaded guilty to a £3.2 million tax fraud relating to his image rights while playing for Barcelona. The four-time African Footballer of the Year received a 22-month suspended prison sentence when he appeared in court in Spain on Monday. He must repay the money he owes along with a fine of £1.55 million. Eto'o was accused of failing to declare income from the transfer of image rights between 2006 and 2009. Eto'o joins a long list of foreign players and managers to have been prosecuted for tax fraud in Spain in recent years, including Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Jose Mourinho, and Neymar. The 41-year-old, now the president of the Cameroonian Football Federation, retired in 2019. 8 medical personnel are to stand trial accused of criminal negligence in the death of legendary Argentinian footballer Diego Armando Maradona. A judge has ordered a culpable homicide trial after a medical panel found Maradona's treatment was rife with deficiencies and irregularities. Maradona, who died in November 2020 of a heart attack in Buenos Aires, aged 60, had been recovering at home from surgery on a brain blood clot earlier that month. Argentine prosecutors launched an investigation into the doctors and nurses involved in his care a few days after his death. Last year, the panel of 20 experts appointed to examine his death found Maradona's medical team acted in an inappropriate, deficient, and reckless manner. Sadio Mane has completed a £35 million move from Liverpool to Bayern Munich on a 3-year contract. The Reds will receive €32 million, that's £27.4 million, with an additional €6 million based on appearances, plus €3 million for individual and team achievements. Liverpool turned down 2 bids from Bayern before agreeing a fee for the Senegal forward, who was under contract until next summer. Mane joined Liverpool for £34 million from Southampton in June 2016 and scored 120 goals in 269 games, helping them win the Champions League and the Premier League, as well as finishing last season with 23 goals in all competitions. And in February, he scored the winning penalty as Senegal won the Africa Cup of Nations for the first time. And that's sports on the news in brief. Follow Vantage TV for all the news, sports, and entertainment. I am Emilio Menesubstance. Till I return next week, remember to like, share, and subscribe.